Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Shakima. I'm just stopping in for a quick reading for us today. I say quick, but that's subjective. Just to sort of give us some insight into the moon forecast and the energies that we're going to be navigating through this week. I hope you guys are having an awesome Tuesday today, BTW, before I do forget to mention. And if you're not having such a great day, do just try to let the energies dissipate. Try not to take it too personally, because once we start to identify with the experience as a personally, infused experience, then we kind of get lost in ourselves, and we don't want to do that. So just take this as an opportunity for you to be able to grow and evolve, and consider it Spirit's personal lesson to you. So try not to take it personally, but it is for the process and purpose of your personal evolution. Okay, beloveds? That being said, let's go ahead and get straight into, I guess, pretty much what's unfolding for us this week. I'm going to be utilizing the tarot to see where we are this week, what path we're going to be crossing, what is in the past circumstances or trajectory that led us to this point that we are today, what's in the future of the dynamics that we're navigating our way through, and what is in the subconscious mind as we sort of work our way through the circumstances, what's in the forefront of the conscious mind, and just to sort of give us the opportunity to work our way through the process of what is naturally unfolding for us. If we do need to sort of seek any further clarity with an oracle guidance, I may select a card. I haven't decided just yet, but I hope that you guys are having an awesome 2020 thus far, BTW. I hope that the 2020 solar cycle has been treating you well, and I hope that you're settling into the space with much more clarity than perhaps 2019 allowed for you to be able to see the experience that you're having. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get straight into it, guys, because there's a lot unfolding for us this week. So as of yesterday, Monday the 1st, the 6th of January, sorry, we started the week, basically the work week, with the moon in Taurus, which you guys know by now is a fixed earth sign. And Taurus is all about rooting and stabilizing when we speak about fixed sign, and it is the second house, so it is the house of sowing seeds, particularly within our business dynamics, for those of us that are business owners, entrepreneurs, if you will. And it's also giving us an opportunity to sort of look at the way in which that we can save and conserve our energy and resources, because savings isn't just a financial, how can I put it, currency. It's also an energetic currency. So Taurus is ruled by Venus, as you guys know by now, and Venus is the planet of beauty. It's a very feminine planet as far as up there in the astral plane of existence, and it's really just giving us an opportunity to see the beauty in what we are manifesting as far as our business circumstances and our ability to be able to conserve our resources. Okay, whilst the moon was in Taurus yesterday, the aspects of the avatar that were being impacted was the neck, the vocal cords, throat, and thyroid gland. So we basically started the week looking at our esteem. Is it the esteem of self, or is it the esteem of others? Are we looking for others to basically build up our confidence in ways that we aren't yet comfortable in ourselves? Or are we in a position where we're able to navigate our way through the process, knowing exactly who we are, created in God's image? You know, the moon today, as of Tuesday the 7th of January, was actually in Taurus up until about 2:11 a.m. this morning. So now the moon is effectively in Gemini, which is a mutable air sign. And Gemini is the third house, and the third house is all about communication, particularly with our siblings and neighborhood. The neighborhood, again, isn't necessarily just the people that live either side of your physical representation of home, but it's perhaps the 10 to 12 people that you spend most of your time with, your tribe, your soul tribe, the people that you are here growing with and evolving with throughout the process of your evolution. So we are getting an opportunity to basically stabilize within our soul tribe by the way that we're able to effectively communicate as we navigate through the process of the evolution. And also bearing in mind that when we're talking about Gemini, which is a mutable sign, it's all about adaptability. It's all about us being able to and willing to adapt and change to the elements of the forces that are present at any given time. Gemini is actually ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of communication. That's what Mercury represents. And whilst the moon is in Gemini up until Thursday morning, the aspects of the avatar that's going to be impacted are the shoulders, arms, hands, and bronchial tubes, as well as the lungs. And whenever the lungs are being activated by the energies of the moon, because the shadows that are stored within the lungs is basically the element or spirit or vibration or energy of anger, we are going to be experiencing, I guess, a subsequential triggers that are bound to make us feel a little bit agitated, bound to make us feel a little bit angry at times between today and Thursday morning. For some of us, it may actually flow into Thursday evening for some of us, because, you know, when we're dealing with the lungs, we're speaking about pretty much solar plexus activation. And when the solar plexus is activated, spirit is basically asking us, who are you? You say that you're one particular person, but are you really that person? We're also having crown chakra activation as we navigate through the energies of the moon in Gemini between now and Thursday. So do just bear that in mind. Allow for your downloads to be able to guide you in the way that you are manifesting, because the solar plexus is all about willpower. And sometimes we are creating not necessarily from ourselves, but from the doctrines of others and expectations of others, wanting to please them. So just be mindfully aware of that. When the anger does show up, just kind of take yourself through navigating through the process. Don't let anger speak for you, but take it as an opportunity to speak on anger's behalf. You know, whatever it was that triggered your anger, you can actually just communicate that to the individual that was basically utilized and used as a lesson for you to be able to see this reflection of yourself, because that's pretty much it. Anger is only a surface emotion. Beneath it, there's so much more hurt and suppressed resentment and frustration about personal circumstances, and the people that show up externally are simply here as mirror reflections of that infestation within ourselves, to give us an opportunity to address that anger and bring it up to surface so that it can be healed and transmuted. Okay, so as I mentioned, the moon is going to be sort of moving from the sign of Gemini on Thursday. So it's going to move into the sign of Cancer at 8:44 a.m. on Thursday morning. And pretty much, you know, once it does move into Cancer, to prepare for the Cancer full moon, because we do have the first full moon of the decade on Friday, guys. So do bear that in mind. It is going to be giving us an opportunity to be able to just work on the foundations, because Cancer is a cardinal water sign. So when we speak about cardinal signs are very action oriented. So we are getting the opportunity to action our emotions, which means that we may be very much quick, short fused, basically, simply because we are dealing with, you know, actioning emotions. And sometimes when the moon is in Cancer, we may not necessarily think so much as just reacting. And instead of reacting to situations, that's what the moon in Gemini is doing to prepare us for the moon in Cancer. That is also a full moon eclipse on Friday, to give us an opportunity to close out those cycles of anger, to close out those cycles of misplaced anger at that, so that we can navigate our way through the process by being a little bit more communicative about our feelings. Whilst the moon is in Cancer up until Saturday afternoon, we are going to be sort of going through a process of, like I said, learning how to address some of the issues within our foundations, within our home relationships, particularly to do with our maternal relationships. Cancer is actually ruled by the moon. So considering that we're having the moon in Cancer, a Cancer full moon, which is also an eclipse moon to kickstart the decade, it really is just indicative of us being able to basically become illuminated, to become consciously aware of aspects of our maternal relationship that has wounded our ability to be able to create. Okay, what do I mean by that? Why do I say that even as well? Because the aspects of the avatar that are being impacted by the moon in Cancer is the stomach, mucosa, breast, womb, and reproductive system in general. I say ovaries, but it is pretty much all about sacral chakra, heart chakra, and solar plexus chakra activation. So we are pretty much just getting the opportunity to align ourselves here. We're dealing with, all throughout this week, we're dealing with throat chakra activation, heart chakra, solar plexus, and sacral chakra activation, as well as crown chakra somewhere in there, because the way that we're able to become self-realized about these dynamics of ourselves is what's really going to incite the changes that are going to come, as far as the versions of us that's going to show up in 2020 and beyond, setting the tone for the decade for us, pretty much. So that being said, as you navigate your way through the energies of the Cancer full moon on Friday the 10th of January, just bear in mind that you're really just getting an opportunity to close out some of the old cycles. So as emotional as you may feel, it is simply coming to surface to be healed and transmuted, so that you can let the baggage of that go, navigating your way into the process of what else is to come for you. So the moon actually goes into Leo on Saturday afternoon, like I mentioned, at 12:16 p.m. Leo is a fixed, again, it's a fixed fire sign. So we're getting an opportunity to stabilize ourselves after the Cancer full moon that we experience. And as we stabilize, because Leo is all about our creative endeavors, it's our 5th house, and the creative endeavors are pretty much just going to be speaking about our blooming of character, us being able to show the world who we are through the perception of self, because Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun in the astral bodies is a representation of the ego, and the ego is simply perspective. So as we speak about, ego deaths, all we are doing is broadening our perspective and allowing for our horizons to be expanded on. So as you navigate your way through the energies of the weekend, just know that you're getting an opportunity to, I guess, broaden your creative endeavors, allowing for whatever was, impacting your creative expression of self, i.e. your maternal relationships and some of the dynamics that transpired within your home relationships that was impacting your creative blockages or lack thereof creativity. You're going to be able to see a blooming of that instead of it being so suppressed, repressed, and I guess confined within a little box. You'll be able to see it start expanding itself. With that being said, whilst the moon is in Leo over the course of the weekend, the aspects of the avatar that are going to be impacted are, again, just the pancreas, small intestines, and the digestive tract, which means that we are going to be processing a lot of the anxiety of stuff. Well, bear with me actually, guys. So whilst the moon is actually in Leo, we're going to be dealing with, I guess, the pancreas, pancreas, small intestines, and digestive tract. That's going to be, bear with me, I'm literally just getting a little bit of confusion that's sort of transpiring here. So, sorry, the heart, aorta, blood pressure, and blood circulation, there we go, are the aspects of the avatar that's going to be activated whilst the moon is in Leo, and that is basically just going to be inciting vibrations of hatred, cruelty, and impatience, because we're going through heart chakra activation pretty much over the course of the weekend. Once the moon goes into Leo on Saturday afternoon, it's going to stay there until Monday afternoon, and whilst it is there in the sign of Leo, we're going to be purging a lot of the hatred and cruelty that is transpiring as a result. Hatred is basically love that has been taken into a low vibrational reflection of itself, because the love has been abused and misused. So because of that, we're feeling these low vibrational reflections of ourselves that shows up as hatred, which may cause us to show up as cruel individuals, because we are impatient with the other individual's journey that they are experiencing of themselves, and we kind of just have to take an opportunity to take a step back, because there is no such thing as time. In essence, there is only space, which has dimensions of itself that we experience as time, which is different pockets or vibrations of space that we experience. So that person has to become, that person has to pretty much resonate at that vibrational frequency of their highest self, and you kind of have to give them the opportunity to do so by being patient with them as they grow and evolve into their next best version of self, much like you're in the process of doing. And you have to give them the room to be able to grow into that person as well. So what I would say to you is, let your ego subside whilst you are feeling these triggers of, I guess, hatred towards the people that may have done you wrong. The reality is they are only villains in your story because you choose to look at the reflection of the story in that way, because you're playing victim to the I guess experiences that you have created. A lot of the times we want someone to blame because we refuse to take accountability for the things that we have sighed into our experiences for the purpose of our growth and evolution, but they aren't villains in your experiences. They are simply, I guess, characters playing roles so that you may be able to take an opportunity to learn your lessons as openly and as clearly as possible. Some lessons, it takes us a while to learn. We have to go through a process of going to sit that class and resit that class over and over and over again, because when the exams show up, we fall short of the lessons that we have learnt. So try not to take it too personally over the course of the weekend. And yeah, the moon pretty much goes into the sign of Virgo on Monday afternoon at 2:07 p.m. and Virgo is a fixed earth sign, so again we are dealing with very much Virgo in itself, actually, when I say that Virgo is actually a mutable earth sign, apologies. So it's all about changing and adapting as far as the manifesting process. And whilst the moon is in Virgo, we are dealing with the activation of the pancreas, small intestines, and digestive tract. So going into Monday, we are going to be dealing with worry and anxiety as far as the shadows that we're going to be navigating our way through, because there's going to be a lot of solar plexus activation due to the small intestines being triggered and activated in the process. Virgo is the 6th house, and the 6th house is all about debts, and debts doesn't necessarily have to be financial. It can also be monetarily energetic in its essence as well, so do bear that in mind. And whilst the moon is in Virgo, guys, it is giving us an opportunity to be able to stabilize and adapt to some of these debts that needs to be paid off for us. Debts in terms of our employment, in terms of our relationships with our colleagues as well. And we'll basically just kind of be going through navigating our way through the challenges of a position. There are certain things that we want to be able to manifest, and as we attempt to sire these experiences into our circumstances, it is going to come with its own challenges. So we have to be willing to look within ourselves to see what programs, default programs we have playing within the subconscious default system that may be showing up as opposes or challenges to the experiences of that which we are intending to sire. Okay, beloveds, all of that awesomeness being said, let's just go ahead and actually sort of have a look and see what's sort of transpiring for us with the cards as we navigate our way through the energies of this week. Okay, what is the divine guidance spirit for my life warriors for today? Well, not just today, for the week of the 6th right the way up until the 13th of January. What do we need to know? Okay, so a lot of us are stuck in the past. We have been naive as well in the past, and a lot of us are pretty much at a place where we are just carrying so much baggage from the past situations and circumstances that spirit is really going to be giving us an opportunity to see exactly how that is causing a lot of creative blockages as a result, how it is pretty much just kind of even if we aren't aware that it's third-party activity, not necessarily in terms of infidelities, but in terms of other people within our interaction between our physical self and our higher self. A lot of the programs that have been formulated and conditioned us as a result of those programs, those are some of the things that spirit is really going to be giving us an opportunity to walk away from as we navigate through the energies of this week. So pretty much as I've said initially anyways, and it's going to be giving us an opportunity to kind of move away from it, because we were drifting aimlessly instead of giving ourselves an opportunity to move forward with grace, clarity, and devotion to the process of our healing. Instead, we are going to be sort of moving forward with a lot of indecisiveness, a lot of confusion about what direction we actually need to be going, because it's going to be a confliction between head and heart as we navigate beyond this week. But as we are sat within the vibration of this week, Spirit's just giving us an opportunity to walk away from the things that are no longer serving us. So just be mindfully aware, be open, be conscious with the process, because why we're stuck in the past is because we're looking at things like they were missed opportunities, but there's no time like the present, guys. You can let go of the past because the present is an opportunity for you to be able to move forward. Take what you've learned and give yourself an opportunity to be able to grow with those lessons, and try not to leave yourself being stagnant in just sitting and reveling in pity for the fact of the things that you've had to go through to be able to come to these realizations due to the lessons that you have been given. And you don't have to be so controlling about the situation. You don't have to be so, excessively domineering because you want to control every facet of your life. Know that there's a greater force beyond you that is working through you as a vessel, and in order for God to be able to use you as such, you have to be willing to let your ego subside so that you can embrace the beauty of the experiences that God is trying to, bring into your life so that you can see yourself in God's image. Okay, beloveds, let's have a little look. Where are my life warriors for this week, Spirit, and what crosses them? As clearly as you can, please. Where are my life warriors for the week of the 6th of January to the 13th of January, and what crosses them? Yeah, okay. So we're at a place where we are navigating our way, again, like I said, through creative blockages. We're navigating our way through creative blockages that have caused delays, but we're also going through a transition in the process, and there will be some breakdowns in communication as we navigate our way through these transitions that are taking place, because we may be too busy living in our minds as opposed to giving ourselves an opportunity to live in our heart space. So what I would say, to give yourself an opportunity to be able to become emotionally secure, is to really give yourself an opportunity to sit in your heart center so that you can see more of the experience instead of living in your ego's perspective of the situation, because you're only seeing pieces of the picture, and because you're only seeing pieces of the picture, you're feeling dissatisfied with the process. But give yourself an opportunity to see more than what your physical eyes can see, so that your heart can show you what your spiritual eye is actually trying to show you about the experience. Okay, what is in the past trajectory for my life warriors coming into the week of the 6th, Spirit? What is in the past trajectory that has led us to this point? As clearly as you possibly can, please. Right, we're getting an opportunity as well, guys, from what I can see, to basically re-stabilize our foundations in terms of the way that we are thinking about things, because we've been very reactionary, and Spirit's giving us an opportunity to think before we actually act, so that we can learn how to respond. What is in the past that is okay? Right, for a lot of us, we're feeling very much weighed down by the circumstances that we're navigating our way through at the minute. And we may kind of feel as though we're unmotivated at some point as we're navigating through the process, to just continue, but just keep doing what you're doing, okay? Because what I can see is that in the past situation, we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So in the past situation, I can see that a lot of us were really taking an opportunity to expand on our career circumstances. We're taking an opportunity to expand on the clarity, expand on our boldness, expand on our ability to be very clear-cut and direct. But we have been undisciplined in the past, especially for those of us that are entrepreneurs as well. I can see that we've been very undisciplined in the past, in terms of the way that we've communicated our true intentions and desires. So we haven't been as transparent as we needed to be, and those are some of the things that has basically caused a lot of the delays that we're navigating our way through this week. And Spirit's giving us an opportunity to really contemplate how we're navigating through the process. Are we going to continue to wear a mask in these relationship dynamics, or are we going to be open and direct about what it is that we're experiencing? Spirit's giving us an opportunity to plan instead of being impulsive and impetuous, as we have been in the past, so that we can grow more into who we have the capacity and potential to become. What is in the future trajectory for us as we navigate beyond the week of the 6th to the 13th, Spirit? As clearly as you can, please. What do we need to know about the... Okay. Right, so like I said, in the future, we are going to be planning ahead. We've got the Two of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So we're going to be planning ahead, so that we're not as impulsive, so that we're not as scattered in our energy. A lot of us have basically been misguided, because we've been pretty much utilizing our sacral chakra by exerting the energy. So the experience of lust basically has misguided the force of the creative energies, but instead Spirit's giving us an opportunity moving forward to be able to utilize that, to be able to channel that, to be able to put it into full gear, which is why we have been experiencing a lot of the delays, because we haven't been utilizing our sacral chakras as effectively as we possibly can do. But I can see that it is going to come with a lot of disorganization that we're going to be addressing, and because of that we may be sort of dealing with some financial losses as a result, because we are going to learn how to juggle everything by setting effective boundaries in place based on the things that we are going to be learning this week. Okay, the things that we learn through the process of anger and hatred and cruelty and anxiety and self-esteem issues, we are going to basically utilize the growth of this week to be able to navigate our way into the following weeks to come. Okay, what is in the subconscious mind for my life warrior, Spirit? As clearly as you can, please. What is in the subconscious mind for my life warriors as we navigate our way through the week of the 6th of January to the 13th? As clearly as you can, please. Okay, so in the subconscious mind, we are dealing with Knight of Swords energy. So this is as fast as it can be in terms of our communication. So there's a lot of quick thinking that's happening, but it's very much scattered energy. There's a lot of quick changes that are taking place. There's a lot of quick communications that are taking place. So everything that's going on in the subconscious mind is just quick. We're going to have to learn how to, navigate through all of these different channels of the frequencies that we are embodying, so that we aren't being impulsive at the same time. We need to be able to be clear about the information that we are channeling through, so that we can take an opportunity to be able to, I guess, walk away from anything that may not be in alignment with the core of who we really are. What do I mean by that? So we are walking away from conforming to society's viewpoints and perspectives, because it has been, for those of us, like I said, that are entrepreneurs, it has been impacting our ability to be able to manifest the financial prosperity that we so desire and are intending to sire. But as a result, we are getting all of these fast downloads. Our angels and guides are really communicating effectively throughout this week, and we need to be able to utilize the information and put it into I guess rationalized processes that will give us an opportunity to effectively benefit from this information moving forward. Okay, what is in the conscious mind for my life warrior spirit as we navigate our way through the week of the 6th to the 13th? Okay, so in the conscious mind, like I said, we have a lack of direction and a lack of focus. Well, a lack of focus, which is pretty much you know, showing up as a lack of direction as a result, because there's so much happening. There's so much quick changes that are sort of taking place for us. We kind of have to be able to get grounded, sit within ourselves, sit within the avatar, and give ourselves an opportunity to be able to grow with the changes that are taking place, because I can see that we've got the death in reverse as an undertone to the experiences of what's going on in the forefront. So in our conscious mind, we're resistant to these changes that are taking place because we are doubtful. We don't trust ourselves. We don't believe in ourselves enough. And Spirit's giving us an opportunity to do exactly that. And those are probably some of the reasons why we've stayed stagnant coming into this point of the journey, because we didn't believe enough in ourselves. And Spirit saying, you're bigger than you think. Your spirit is a lot more worthy than you actually realize. And you've been training for this for so many lifetimes. This is the actual opportunity for you to be able to embody a lot of those changes. I can see that we are going to get to a place where we're happy about the changes that are taking place effectively. But the transition is going to come with a lot of breakdowns in our communication, because there's a lot of missed opportunities that we're still looking at and holding on to those as suppressed emotions, basically, and not giving ourselves an opportunity to be able to just let those experiences go, because they weren't necessarily in alignment with all of who we are becoming. It was simply a part of the journey for us, and we need to overstand that, outerstand that, innerstand that, so that we can understand exactly what Spirit's actually doing for us. I'm going to close out the space because I've been guided to do so with an oracle guidance for us as we navigate through the process. So what is the divine guidance, Spirit, for my life warriors for today? Well, for this week, the week of the 6th to the 13th. So we're releasing ourselves and unbounding ourselves from past contracts that are no longer serving us, and we need to give ourselves an opportunity to break free from these shackles. In the present moment, we just need to know where we need to question and inquire, where are we being called to journey to? Okay, because in Rama is what's taking place. A greater sense of purpose is what's taking place, and that purpose is now giving us an opportunity to, you know, awaken to the true essence and state of our being that is far beyond the potential that we thought that we were capable of. And moving forward beyond this week, we'll be able to go through the initiation all over again, kickstarting this new decade. And it is a rite of passage, and we are going somewhere sacred, so we just have to allow for ourselves to be open to the process as we do so. Okay, what is the divine guidance, Spirit, for my life warriors for the week of the 6th to the 13th of January? What do we need to know? Okay, I'm going to grab that because it literally just flew away. But the undertone of it all is we have to embody the spirit of the warrior woman or man. If we weren't afraid, what would we do to be able to set the effective boundaries in place? So if we didn't care how they were going to receive it, if we didn't care that we may basically lose some friendships and personal relationships that we have valued along the way, if we didn't care that we were going to be disconnecting from some people by speaking our own personal truths, what would we do? That is the advice for us, because we are awakening, we are getting energetic upgrades, and we are going to be experiencing a new way of being as we are integrating into the higher state of our being. And we will lose some people as a result of that, but we just have to leap and take a faith. We have to take a leap of faith, and know that the universe will catch us, because the universe has our back. Okay, beloveds? That's pretty much everything from me. I hope that that was useful for you guys. As per usual, guys, I'm sending you guys nothing but love, light, and positive intentions for the journey ahead. If you guys are interested in booking personal readings, shadow work mentorship sessions, energy healing, check out the link in the description box below, and that way you guys can connect with me for all of the above. And you can also utilize that very same link to connect with me via my other social media channels as well, and we'll be able to just chop it up, guys. Okay, beloveds, I'm gonna love you guys and leave it there for you guys. As per usual, I will see you guys in the next video. God bless and a shame. Let's use this time wisely. Take care, guys. Mwah. That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more.